Hello, David Zaritsky from the Bond Experience. Welcome back. We've got a pretty special vlog for you, and I know a lot of you have been anticipating this one. So as usual, and this is going to shock you, it starts with a story. So many months ago, as in even close to last year, I started to talk to Tom Ford, and the intrepid individuals over at Tom Ford had mentioned that there is a certain blue jacket with a removable collar that's going to be Inspector. And we all assumed, why would we assume, that it was going to be Tom Ford. And lo and behold, as we started to learn more about Tom Ford's offerings with Inspector, we found out, even from the Tom Ford people, that their jacket was not theirs. And let's face it, in this crazy, amazing hobby that we have, we all know that there are holy grails. And so the two of them started to collide, this holy grail of unknown jacket, the lack of, this is not Tom Ford, is it Neil Barrett, is it Matchless, who is it, and this mystery abounds. Well, never give up, because the crazy people in this hobby have a way of finding these type of things. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dior jacket, the Mr. White jacket, the much thought, never found jacket. We're here to review it and talk about it today and continue the story, because it's worth talking about, because it's a story of holy grails found, but it's also a story of persistence and tenacity. And if one thing can be said about all of you in this hobby is you're tenacious as hell. You don't give up. Somebody says, oh, we'll never find this, let's look for something else. You don't go into that. So let's talk about the jacket, because here it is, straight from the people at Dior. First of all, it is 100% cashmere, and if we get a bit of a closer look, you can actually see the different fibers of the cashmere. I will tell you right now, this cashmere is incredibly soft. You'll notice that the zippers, although you can't get too close, it'll get all fuzzy, but we have some good pictures of this later. They're Dior zippers. You've got these particular pockets that say Dior Home or Homme, and it's interestingly enough, they're not snap pockets. They're actually just almost magnetic. They kind of just clip onto there and snap very lightly. You've got some really nice pocket details in here. And then on the inside, to really keep it flat, you've got this placket, this wind placket, to make sure in the cold, cold weather, it keeps the wind off, it keeps you dry. So you've got these 5 buttons, you've got the attachments on the inside, and then you have the inside itself. So let's take a look at that. So on the inside, you've got this quilt. Now the quilt is filled with a very dense polyester. Nothing overtly fancy, but it's nice. The cashmere continues inside. You of course got your pocket over here. Over on here, not a ton of details, but the arms are lined very nicely with kind of a pinstriping. You'll notice on the back of the collar here some interesting details. So you've got this, you know, kind of chin collar strap that can go over to really attach your collar when the wind is really blustery. And another button over here. We're going to show you in a second what that other button's for. But hey, folks, I'm wearing these particular trousers, this NPL turtleneck, this Kirkpatrick holster for a reason. We got to try this on, right? We've got to get the whole look. Now, I was ridiculously lucky to get one of these in my size. So let's continue the story while I try this on. So, according to the folks over at Dior, here's how this happened. This jacket is from the FW14 line in Dior. What the heck does that mean? Well, essentially what it means is that FW means fall-winter. In fall-winter for 2014, they put this jacket and 3 other colors up for different companies and stores like Nordstrom that carry Dior Homme up on the block. And the reality is, according to Dior, they only made 20 in each color. So let me break that down for you. There's 20 in navy, there's 20 in a black, there's 20 in a green, and there's 20 in a gray. Each one of them have a different collar, removable collar cover, which I'm going to show you right now. So this is the beaver collar, and I mean this thing is soft. So you've got 100% cashmere and you've got beaver. And you can see that the inside of the beaver collar is actually lined with leather. It's got the zip off and zip on, and it's got these buttons. So this is what the jacket looks like with the beaver collar on it. I like it. I was kind of wondering, am I going to like this with the beaver collar? Am I not going to like it? I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So for right now, let's put this on here so we have it on the side. While we're doing that, let me talk about the feel, if you will, of this particular jacket. Now this is a different size that's actually going overseas to Europe to one very lucky individual, and quite frankly we're all lucky to get these. Let's talk about this. You've got the zippers that we saw in frame that go on and off, very comfortable and kind of cinch the arm. You can see that the arm isn't bulking all out. You can see that it's got a very nice fit to it. Now, let me talk about the fit. I still, if I had my druthers, and I think I will, would have this taken in just a little bit, because with Bond, when he was walking around Mr. White's place, it was a little tighter. This is a little bit looser on me. You can see when I put my hands in a pocket, it billows out, but it's got a nice fit. You've got a good fit in the back. You've got some good strength and exercise here, some good boundaries. It fits nicely around the waist, and I'm telling you right now, the feel is unbelievable. So what does this mean that there's 20 navies out there? Well, let's do some math. Figure that the production group, the costume designer, Jani, and assistant costume designers probably bought anywhere from 3 to 5 of these. Probably 5. Why 5? It's in 2 major scenes. So chances are if they had internal scenes, they would want a jacket or 2. And for the external scenes, especially in the lake and the snow, if somebody falls in, they would want 2 or 3. That is assumptive math. That is not based on any information. We're still trying to connect directly with production. But the reason we were confirmed that this was Dior was a couple things. First of all, on the back, you're going to see that coming from the shoulder is a very interesting darting. It's, and you'll have to excuse me if that's not the term, but you'll see there's a line coming from the back here and a line coming from here. That is very indicative of Dior. Detectives out there in the lifestyle hobby that we're in understood that's probably a Dior. But it wasn't until we received absolute confirmation indirectly from one of the costume assistants that it was a Dior, that it had a price tag of about $5,000, only to find out, by the way, that these were $5,800, and it was 100% cashmere, that we knew it was Dior, and here it is. So the realities around this is that Holy Grails can be found. This is the Dior jacket. Now, $5,800. I'm dropping that like a mic and an anvil all at the same time. Yikes. And believe me, I get it. That is an incredible amount of money. It's a very nice piece, but it's $5,800. I would venture to guess that there are some very intrepid individuals out there, specifically who appreciate the frugal Bond, who may be taking a look at the details of this jacket and saying, this would be a great piece for everyone. Why wouldn't we want everybody to have a piece that looks like this? So stay tuned for that, because you know what? Tenacity, audacity, and frugalness kind of leads the way. Anyway, this is the Dior home. We'll take this out for a test ride, try it out. Probably going to put the beaver on, because who doesn't like beaver around their ears? Ooh, it's grown. This has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll talk to you very soon. Take care.